Hi guys, so today I'm with Joseph Whipp. How are you doing?
I'm feeling terrific. How are you feeling today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's good. That is a cute little thing you have in your nose. My wife wants to get one of those, but I won't let her. She's too young.
Yeah. Okay, first question. In Elm Street, your cop doubted the supernatural. Which line did Wes tweak so your final felt real?
It was more. I just kind of went along with what John Saxon. He was my boss, and he was the one that really didn't believe in the supernatural. I was kind of. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I know that when we walked into the scene where after Johnny Depp's blood was hanging from the dripping down in the that's it right there, dripping down. It was just very queasy and uncomfortable, and we couldn't figure out what was going on.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It wasn't so much that we doubted the supernatural. It just was, it was fear. We didn't understand what was going on or why these things were happening. And then of course, I just said, everything's under control. We got it covered, not knowing that Freddy Krueger was ready to kill Nancy, or she was ready to kill him up in her bedroom.
Okay, yeah. Second question.
Yes.
In Scream, during the Sheriff Burke office scene, what almost made you laugh on camera? A squeaky chair, the ring phone, or a co-star's funny face?
Nothing made me laugh. I'm pretty serious in those things. I can hold it together, and I just concentrate on what my job is to get the information in the office scene, for example. One of the funny things I think, and it's not funny now, but well, it is funny now. It wasn't funny then. One of my first lines in the office scene when I'm talking to Billy is, "How on earth did you get a cellular telephone, son?" Now, this was 1996. Now, it's absolutely, everybody has a cell phone. So that's one line in Scream that kind of dates it. That was funny. And then, and then I'll tell you the other weird thing was in the smoking scene when I'm smoking with Dewey. I had been a smoker when I was younger, and then I stopped. And when you're doing a movie, you don't just do it.
Yeah.
They don't just say that, and then that's all. There's cuts, and you have to go back and forth and back and forth. So we did about 15 takes of that scene, and the cigarette had to be the same size and all that stuff. So I must have smoked almost half a pack of cigarettes in an hour time. And I told Wes afterwards, as I was getting ready to go back, I won't throw up, that he reminded me of a time in my youth when my father caught me smoking and made me sit down and smoke cigarettes, so I would never do it again. So that cured me of smoking for the rest of my life.
Oh, wow. And that's fun.
I love your sweater.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
good. Very nice.
Thank you so much. Third question. You're officer in Booth, Elm Street, and Scream. What tiny cop business did you invent, like how you flipped a notepad, or tapped a badge, or park your sunglasses?
I think when you put on a policeman uniform, and in both of those movies, I had to, and in a couple of others, I've been a cop in a couple of others. All you have to do is put on that gun belt, and with all the things hanging on it, weighs about, 40 pounds. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's a lot of weight, and you're in authority, and I think that's the thing that gets you through the cop thing.
Okay, yeah, the belt,
Yeah,
of course.
that belt, and the gun. You got to remember the gun and the billy club and the handcuffs and the bullets, all of the above.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
Fourth question.
Yes.
On Elm Street or Scream, what was the one thing West whispered to you right before action that you still remember in your head?
I just remember in both of those movies, Wes would let you do whatever you wanted to do. He would say something about this is what's sort of happening in the scene, and there's the blood dripping down or something like that. But Wes Craven was. I looked at my own IMDb page the other day,
Yeah.
and I have 115 credits, and there might be a few more.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he was the nicest director I'd ever worked for. I worked for him in Nightmare on Elm Street. I had just come down to LA. I was living in, previous to that, the San Francisco Bay Area. I'd come down in 1980. Wes was in 84. Nightmare. Nobody really knew what was happening in the movie, what kind of a success it would be or not. And then I worked with him again in a TV movie called Chiller, and an episode of The Twilight Zone that they were trying to do, which is a very clever episode. And then finally Scream. And I just remember him being encouraging. If he didn't do something, he might say, a little more energy, or say something at the end. Oh, that was one thing. The line "get back to work" wasn't in the script. The scene just ended with them taking. I think Dewey takes somebody off, and then it's quiet there, and so I said, "Get back to work," and he said, "Thank you for ending the scene."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty fun.
That's good. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay. I would have loved to work with Wes Craven. It would have been so.
Yeah. He was a very gentle, very quiet, philosophical guy. He was a teacher, a college teacher for a while, before he got it. And when you look at the movies that he's made, which The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, which you should never see these movies. Where's this, kind of Presbyterian brain? How did this happen from his imagination? Because you wouldn't notice to look at him. But it's great. He was great.
I've heard a lot of good things about him.
You can't hear any bad. I've never heard a bad thing about him.
Me too. And last question.
Okay.
Did the Scream set ever prank you? Like a phone ringing early or a door slamming at the wrong time?
No. I can't think so. The Scream set was, it was interesting because I was, I won't even say how old I was then, but all of the other people were very young, so they were kind of all together in a group. They had formed a great friendship, and I was kind of isolated from it. But in terms of pranking, I can't recall any, to be honest with you. When you get into it, it's fun, and you laugh a little afterwards, but it's serious business. I mean, you got to hit your marks, and nobody wants to take the time to prank. At least on this set, it didn't happen to me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time,
so much.
Joseph, and hope to see you around.
I hope to see you around. You're going to be something big someday. Just keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Very nice. Bye.